VC, how are we? Thanks for tuning in again. Yep, I'm going to try and get straight into it because limited time, it's been busy, as everyone is, crazy season upon us, summer here, been in the pool, cleaning out a bit, and this is stuff I've collected over probably the last couple of months. Let the puppies in, so you'll probably see them. Yep, Max. He's settling down. He's only eaten half the house. Anyway, still got the other half. There's Nelly, she's pretty white. Though she gets very dirty. Okay, got to keep moving. Right, just wanted to, got a big stack here, probably collected over the last couple of months, and I just want to, they just sit on your shelf until you show them, and then I want to try and file them. Though I do leave them on the shelf too. I've listened to them several times, which some I've listened to once, some I've listened to several, but I've got to make sure I've listened to them first properly, I know them, and then I'll put them in the collection. A few things, I want to give a little shout out. We had our work Christmas party at one of our colleagues' house, and her little nephew has got a YouTube channel. His name is, I wish I could leave links, I wish I knew how to leave links, but I just recently discovered how to copy the links, so I might be able to paste it, you never know, there's potential. You've probably cut up my head, but that's not a bad thing. His name is Andy Satoru. He's an 8-year-old kid who got a YouTube channel, and he said, please subscribe to me. And I said, well, you subscribe to me back. He said, cool. But he said, give me a shout out, please. So here's his shout out, Andy Satoru, 8-year-old kid who talks about ants and spinning tops, and yeah, go over there to his channel and subscribe to him and make his day. Cool. All right, got a bit of VFVCLT, so caught up with the the grandma Dean. We caught up again for another digging day last week. Another great day. I think it's our third or fourth meetup, and yeah, every time we just have a blast. Just talk music, talk rubbish, talk life, and because Dean's around, we talk some philosophy too. He basically came up to my hometown, and we, Nelly, come on. And Max is hogging the camera. Come here. Look, Nelly. Hello. Okay. And he came, and I just showed him around all my haunts, and a little moderate success. At the Thrifties, not a lot. Although actually the Red Cross, where I got those CDs, I'm going for a long time already, geez. The lady said, great, one of the last videos, great collection, I picked up the CDs. She said, I've got some more CDs in the back of the car, too heavy, so we'll help you bring across. So, we brought them in, and there wasn't some bad ones in there either. Alright, I'm going to keep going. So he gave me a bit of VSCLT. I did have some for him, but he had most of it, so I'm going to get him next time. Blue Mink. I'm not going to take them all out because I don't want to make this too long. Yeah, this is cool. Sort of blues, rock. Yeah, very cool. I really enjoyed this one, so thank you, Grandma. Hunters and Collectors, Living Daylights, great Australian, iconic Australian band, 80s, 90s. I've talked about before. Art rock, really. Excuse me, Max. He's good with getting flies. Millie's found something over there. The Gaslight Anthem. This is like modern rock, really. It's not bad. It's something probably my kids would like. It's not bad, but yeah, it's modern rock. Excuse me, Max. Out of the way, Max. Jeez, unbelievable. This one, Saints. You probably can't see this at all. It's pretty sort of like very traditional sort of rock pool you get at the local beaches. The Saints. So anyway, yeah. I mightn't be able to see that, but Saints, A Little Madness to Be Free. Very iconic Australian punk rock band. They sort of released, them and the Radio Birdman released an album pretty much the same year, maybe just a little bit before the Ramones and Sex Pistols. And this is a bit later. This is a bit later in their career, '84. Max, get over there. Max, come on. Oh my God, he's got no idea, this kid. And what was I going to say? Yeah, yeah, this one's a bit more rocky, sort of, but great stuff. Just great stuff. All right, and he gave me a couple of CDs too, so thank you, Grandma, and what another great day. All right, this might just be mixed up. I haven't had a lot of success at record stores lately, and I've been a bit disappointed. So I've been probably buying a little bit more online, just picking, and that way you don't come home with a lot of stuff that you maybe shouldn't have come home with, because you really are more selective. Checking out the chickens next door. You did actually get next door into the coop. I think maybe one short chicken, but anyway. Okay, move on. Okay, Gypsy. This is one I saw when I was digging with Grandma. I did actually think this was a band that Randy from Dead Wax 66 showed. They're sort of psychedelic band. But this is actually, there's 15 Gypsies artists on Discogs. This is number 14. But these are UK sort of progressive, rock, blues, and also a little bit of country. It's actually really nice. I really enjoyed it. So Gypsy, this is Brenda and the Rattlesnake. Really cool. Sorry, no labels today. This is something I bought online. Bit of JP, Screaming of a Vengeance. Oh, yeah, it's got, the first time I spun it, actually, I was a little bit not content with it. I was expecting more, but the second time I spun it, I've enjoyed it much more. So great rocking stuff, JP. I'll show that one in a bit. This is something, got it, I can't remember when I got it, but anyway, this is actually a record store one, ZZ Top, and this one's Degalu, I think. Yeah, this is cool. This is ZZ Top's cool. I've been after probably the early ZZ Top. This one's probably ZZ Top with a little bit of funk. So Texas blues, which, it's obviously just a little slightly different tweak on the blues, Texas blues, but it's got a little bit of funk in there too. Everyone's well after the lottery. Robert Z did well, great job. Stavros is back. The Grandma's Sickness, that's great. It's what a conglomeration we got out there. Okay, Patti Smith, Easter. Didn't quite enjoy this as much as Radio. It was Ethiopia Radio, something Radio Ethiopia, something like that. I've only spun it once, so anyway, some people's favourite, but I prefer the Radio Ethiopia one. And they're nice, really nice Arista, and 78. Oh, this one I'm really stoked with. Online purchase. Radiohead. Just first Radiohead vinyl. And I've never actually heard this album before, so In Rainbows. I got it for a pretty good price. I think like 20, 25 bucks. It's a repress. But yeah, I was talking to Dean about this on the day, and I think he said this was sort of, all these songs were written 5-10 years prior. It's kind of 2007, maybe. Yeah, and the other ones, he was sort of explaining, the other one's a little bit more concept albums, but this one's just, the music's there, and just listen to it, enjoy it, and it's really easy to enjoy this one, where Kid A is weird when you first listen to it, but then, and then you realise it's pretty amazing. And same with OK Computer, but this one just straight up listen and very enjoyable. Really stoked with that Radiohead. Sunny Boys, one of my favourite bands. So I've been trying to plug a little bit more, and I will do a video on these guys one day. Probably need to find one more album of theirs just so I can talk a bit more completely about them. But Max, out of the way. Oh my god, very amateur this bloke. Yeah, this is a live album. Really great stuff. They've got a little bit more horns in there in this one. A bit of sax, a bit of some other horn, wind instruments. But Sunny Boys, love them. Sort of post-punk, power pop-ish. Love it. Now, also did a trade a while ago, a month or so ago, month and a half. Took 50 albums in, around 50 albums. And I was just saying to myself, hopefully I get 50 bucks for them. I'll probably take 40. In the end, they gave me 70, so I was really stoked. And up on the wall, I saw this for 30 bucks, so that was coming out with me. Disintegration, The Cure. Oh man, love it. This is amazing. Beautiful, beautiful album. This is really a thought-provoking album. You sit back and you just thoughts just go through your mind, life, and just so, I don't know, pensive, is that a word? That's a word, I'm not sure if that's the word, but just really thought provoking. I don't know, it's just, it's a perfect album to probably just sit on a train or just travel, or in a car or a plane, just the world go by and you just get deep in thought. Amazing, I love it, love it. All right, Sabbath, I've been collecting Sabbaths. You can get them if you look around at reasonable prices, and they're all amazing. This is actually a reissue. This is from a store in Sydney. This is somewhere where Grandma hangs out. You go to Beat Discs Records. They're really well organised. You might find Dean there, or me. Sabbath Bloody Sabbath. Oh, what a killer song to open up with. That's the title track. Man, it's a reissue, but yeah, very happy. I think it had $18. Had a bit of a fold on here or something like that. Yes, so stoked. I mean, I'm going to do a video on Black Sabbath one day because it's a band that I really didn't listen to prior to joining the VC, and it's just, I love it, love them. Hoodoo Gurus. This is also from Beat Disc. For $15, good deal. This is one you don't see often. This is called Magnum Cum Louder. Just called garagey rock, pop rock, really cool. One of my favourite bands as well, Hoodoo Gurus. Look them up. Just great fun music. Really cool. How are we going with time? 11 minutes, good. Okay, Pretenders. My first Pretenders on vinyl, and they're Taboo. This was also from Beat Disc, $10. And this is just a great rocker, isn't it? Chrissy Hines, and just great voice, and yeah, essential. Side one probably pips it for me, but yeah, the Salvos, Thrifty, the Hollies, best of, or something like history of. Didn't have any Hollies, so I thought I'd give that a punt. Kansas, I think it is called Kansas. This is a bit of metal, but never had this before, or any Kansas before. It's a bit scratched up, for $4 at a little Thrifty. Give it a go, and actually, I dug it. Oops, jeez, strum around. Another Black Sabbath. I'm going to show you this label. This is one I got online, so the Master of Reality. It was sort of listed, but I didn't know, couldn't tell which sort of pressing it was, and I was sort of hoping that the buyer didn't know about it was a Vertigo Swell, and didn't realise, because they're on some NEMS ones, I think 4 Bitter Men's, which you don't hear great things about, but yeah, in the end, it's the reverse Australian press original, but it's a reverse Vertigo where it's the black one. So it's like the UK release. This is sensational too. Oh, sweet leaf to start off with, and just the rest are just awesome. Couple instrumentals on this, but man, I love everything of Black Sabbath I've heard. Yeah, I mean, I love the Vertigo Swell, and as I say, reverse black. It is probably not as good quality as the buyer said, but still reasonable. This side is a bit scratched up, but it still plays with some little extra pops. But look, I'm really happy to get that. You get a Swell. I think it was like $25 delivered as well. So, can't say, no to that. This is an absolute classic album that I never heard everyone talk about, but I thought I've got to just buy it, blind buy, and yeah, Funkadelic, the Maggot Brain. It wasn't what I was expecting, like that heavy guitar, that pretty much the first song, Maggot Brain, just heavy riffing guitar. I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting the funkiness, but it's very cool. Can you get that? Can you get to that? And I don't know, Walls of Armageddon, and just great stuff. It's the conglomeration of the Palia Funkadelic Fung, and it is the Fung. That's so cool to have in the collection. Talking about another great rocker, like sort of Pretenders. Joan Jett. Didn't have any Joan Jett. She's actually playing not that far from me next year, and I'm contemplating going. Just great rocking, isn't it? Sort of rock and roll. Great stuff. Joan Jett. This is an online purchase, $3 plus about $8 for postage. Jane, really stoked. Krautrock, you know, great stuff. I mean, when it did they described it as the cover being very good and the wax is great. But like, you look at that and think, oh, it's all ripped, but it's actually part of how it is. It's a glossy sort of finish. On the brain, I might show that. It's something that Dan, Dots and Loops, loves brain altering. This is a pretty cool shirt, like that. Pretty better than what I got on. Anyway, the brain label. This is a repress. It's original German. 70 something. Oh, that's pretty cool. It's krautrock. It's krautrock. Experimental rock sort of thing. Bit of psych. Bit of good stuff. Love it. Bit of gatefold. Anyway, upside down. Anyway, I want to keep moving. Another band that I never had before who was after. I'll do that later. Hawkwind. A warrior on the edge of time. Very cool. We know Lemmy's on there, and how he describes. Interesting seeing how he describes himself. That he's a guy that could play guitar. Thought he could play guitar, but really couldn't until he joined this band. Then he just ended up being a great musician, you know, on bass. And yeah, so Lemmy learned his trade with these guys, and this is very cool. And Free Heartbreaker. This is very cool. It's a little bit scratched up, but yeah, I love this rock and stuff. It's great. This is right up my alley. Love it. All right, and then after I saw Lefty, and I said I'm not going to buy any of my albums for a while, but I bought 2 yesterday online, a local eBay seller. I just, you know, too good to pass up. Everything he lists is, you know, in great condition, and they came in great condition. And it was what I wanted. I actually found a CD of these guys recently, and I thought, why don't I have any of this in my collection? And you know, I've known of them, but I've never really listened to them that much growing up. But a bit of Pennywise, oh, I love it. This might be their second album, I think, Unknown Road. This is a reissue, beautiful condition. Just play this. I think it's called hardcore punk, but I think it's hardcore punk rock, really. I've heard. I'm not a punk expert at all, or a novice even. But I just, you know, it's not the hardcore punk that, you know. There's much more hardcore punk. This is hardcore punk rock, I reckon, and it's just great stuff. In 93, this one, yeah, like a sort of revved up Offspring sort of thing. And it was there. Bought that, and I thought I'm going to go over this house. So it was good being a local seller because, you know, eliminate postage. And he also had something. He had lots of albums, but I thought I'm going to get something else, and I decided to go with the Motorhead Bastards. This is later on. This is 2013 reissue. I haven't spun this yet, but I had a little check out of it, and great sounding stuff. My first Motorhead. So that is it. I'm so stoked with all that stuff. You know, I probably won't buy much else. I won't. I might have to edit that out. But yeah, thanks again for everybody. I hope everybody's well. You know, it is a silly season coming up. Summer's here. I think it's going to be a hot one, and you know, I love the summer loving and summertime. No blues. All right. So okay, VC, take care. Thanks for plugging in. Look after yourselves, and we'll meet again soon.